All right, Mounce BBG chapter 19, sentence 6 starts with an and then you go directly into your verb. Hopefully you recognize a couple of things about this. Hopefully you remember my little idea or thought that if you either see a theta epsilon or a tau epsilon, you immediately should know that you're dealing with a second person plural. Here you've got a theta epsilon. You know you're dealing with a second person plural. So you know you're talking about y'all. The other thing that you hopefully know by now is that ame, the future stem in ame, is actually deponent. So you have for the future stem form esomai, and as soon as you hear that, you should know that it's deponent. In which case, even though this is a passive ending, you're going to translate it actively. So again, the future form. So it's y'all will be. And then he gives you what they will be. You will be hated. All right. And then hupo, again, often just means by. Then you run into pantone and you say, okay, as a substantival adjective, right? What is it? All what? And you could probably get away with translating, say, you will be hated by all. But, my more interesting piece to ask you would be, by all what? When you have a substantival adjective like this, you need to tell the reader who, is all hated by all things. Well, of course not. Hated by all women? Probably not. Hated by all men? Well, that's closer. Here's where you're going to say all people would be a good translation. And if you're talking about all people, then in this particular context, translating this as everybody is actually very good translation. So, I would go with either, and you will be hated by all people, or I would go with, and you'll be hated by everybody. Either one of those, and you'd be in good shape. But the bottom line is you need to tell your audience, you run across a substantival adjective. Well, again, all what? And of course, always a good idea to tell your professor that you see that as well. And dia, of course, hopefully at the top of your head ought to roll off because of, and I'll keep repeating that to you. That most often when you see dia, the first thing that ought to go through your head is because of the, and then hopefully you recognize this name of me. So because of my name, or, some of you are going to, you love that phrase on account of, it seems like, so that's fine too. Either way, if you want to say something like, and you will be hated by all people because of my name or on account of my name, either one of those is just great.